like a nice mocktail. Like, it could be a fresh juice mix or any version of the mojito without alcohol.
Hi, I'm Shivam.
Hi, I'm Ami.
And we're going to be answering the world's most searched questions on
home bartending. What are the basic tools every home bar needs? A peg measure.
Yeah.
You can use a shot glass as a peg measure or a measuring device as well. The bar spoon or any long spoon. You want to make some shaken cocktails as well. Then a shaker with its strainer that is required. The hot-on strainer. A 2-piece shaker is what bartenders find very easy rather than the classic 3-piece shaker.
And an ice bucket.
Yes, an ice bucket actually. That's looked over.
What's the best way to take this tape out? What's the best way to measure alcohol without...
We will never know the question ever. Without a jigger, pretty much.
Without a jigger.
Another word for a peg measure is a jigger. And jigger, you need to have jigger. But if you don't have jigger, then you can use a shot glass. And otherwise, on an average whiskey glass, if you take 2 fingers, it's roughly a large. So one finger would be a small. So that's another average way. You can just go on assumption also and looking at the drink.
What's the best liquor to stock for a home bar?
What you prefer, stock it up with that. What your guests prefer, if you have some specific guests you want to host and you know that they like something or they won't like something. And quite often something we overlook is not keeping too many or any non-alcoholic options. So
like
maybe even keep like a nice mocktail. Like, it could be a fresh juice mix or any version of the mojito without alcohol. And stock up enough water, so you give your guests enough water to hydrate.
100%. I would like to have vodka, gin, whiskey, and rum in mine.
So that's, he's stocked up. That's basic.
If you want to get tequila or mezcal, you can possibly, even if you don't have them, that's fine.
You've been into tequila now, so
there
is a big popularity for tequila. So
no?
I would go for beer, that's my
beer, you gotta have some beer in your fridge.
So
Come on.
Some beer,
Can I substitute
one spirit
for another
in
recipes?
Yes, you can. Most often, it's very easy, or many combinations of cocktails are quite versatile and they can work with other spirits as well. Just try it out and see if it doesn't. One-offs, there's some things which don't work. So like, for example, vodka is very neutral. Whiskey has a specific strong flavor and each whiskey will differ. So you never know. Sometimes you think things won't work and it just works really well also. So that's the thing about experimenting. Make small portions when you're experimenting. Taste it yourself as you go. See if you can tweak and add something else that kind of just fixes it.
Would you say dark for dark and white for white?
It doesn't even necessarily have to be that way. But that could be a safe way to play initially. And then even try something like a white and a dark and switch it up.
Take a risk, guys. Can you make
cocktails without a recipe? You can kind of make cocktails without a recipe. You can experiment and make a mocktail into a cocktail. You can try cocktail recipes and tweak them around by changing the spirit or changing one little ingredient. So try other options of sweeteners, other options of sours. It doesn't have to be lime juice for like the standard sour. And that's a very easy way to experiment also. Just switch the sour, switch the sweetener.
We don't know if it'll be good.
No, it'll be good.
Okay, well.
Well, but we don't know if it'll be good. It might be good.
It might be good. That is, you gotta
just taste it.
Shoot your shot.
Right.
What's the difference
between
shaking and stirring a cocktail?
A method of stirring the drink, and you don't have very thick ingredients that you need to mix really well. Strong ingredients. If you have a lot of like fruity, juicy, or like pulp and syrups and heavier ingredients like that, then you want to shake it mostly in a standard way. If you want froth, then you want to maybe shake it. It might give some froth. You can also throw it. So we call it throwing, or boxing, I think is another term. So throwing it from one, just throwing it and catching it in the other glass and giving it some air. The amount of dilution is something you have to think of. That will differ with stirring and shaken cocktails.
I was going to say this is shaking and this is stirring.
But this is shaking and this is stirring.
But for more knowledge, what she said. What are the essential spirits for... Why are you guys asking the same question again?
Essential. Maybe the answers are similar actually. The questions are different, I guess. Can I mix random alcohols together and call it a cocktail? It doesn't have to be multiple alcohols. It can be multiple flavors usually,
Yeah,
or at
yeah.
least more than two, or
Yeah.
more than one flavor.
Yeah.
It's called a cocktail. The Long Island iced tea was a cocktail where they mixed 5 different spirits just to
Yeah.
make it a very potent
Yeah,
beverage
yeah,
and disguise it to look like an iced tea. I guess that was 5 different spirits someone just mixed up with a little splash of Coke, and got really high on that.
Just let us know if you create something incredible. And until then,
Yeah.
like, share, subscribe, keep watching, and stay unsobered. Ciao.